Welcome to Florida Statements. I'm Savannah Slifer. All-Night Yahtzee is a co-ed a cappella group at Florida State University. And just like the movie Pitch Perfect, they were finalists in the International Championship of Collegiate a cappella this past year. Here to speak with us about what it takes to be part of a group like this is the President of All-Night Yahtzee, Daniel Cardenas. Welcome.
Hi, nice to be here.
Yes, so you were telling me, we talked about Pitch Perfect, but you were telling me that former members of All-Night Yahtzee were actually in the movie. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, actually, the competition in Pitch Perfect, it's called ICCA, is a real competition, and Yahtzee does it almost every year. And the year before Pitch Perfect aired, we did really well in that competition, so they invited a lot of the members of that group to be extras in the movie. And actually, my sister was one of them. There's like a shot where it's just like her face for like 3 seconds, and I think another one of the members was one of the treble tones, which was the main male group in the movie.
So tell me, aside from the movies, what is it really like having an a cappella group and being a part of something like that?
It's definitely my favorite thing that I've done in college. I think it's a great outlet for people who, because obviously not everyone in music is looking to do that for a career. And I think a cappella is a great, like, competitive but not too serious outlet as a way to keep music in your life.
That's awesome. And how did you guys come up with the name, All-Night Yahtzee?
We have this big story behind the name, so I'm glad you asked me. So All-Night Yahtzee was founded in 1998 by our founding member, Brian Haverkate, and he didn't have a name at first, but he had all his friends, he got them together, he made a group, and they decided to celebrate their new group that they were going to go and have a beach retreat at St. George Island for a weekend, which we still do to this day. We do that every year. And at their beach retreat, Brian decided to bring his dog, a golden retriever named Yahtzee. And while they were there, they had a good time, like whatever. They spent the weekend together, but a tropical storm hit, and none of them knew it was coming. So a tropical storm hits the island, it's raining, it's lightning, and they decide they need to go home. So they leave, Brian's safe at home, but then he realizes he forgot Yahtzee at the beach house. And so he's like, it's okay, like he's safe, he's in the house, we'll go back and get him tomorrow. The next day he wakes up, he opens his front door, and Yahtzee is sitting there dripping wet on his front porch, and Yahtzee had traveled all night to get back to Brian.
Oh, that's awesome. So there he is, All-Night Yahtzee. I love it. So what does a typical rehearsal look like?
Well, we rehearse 3 days a week, usually during the evening so that it doesn't conflict with people's class schedules. At the beginning of each year, we are a totally student-run group, so we write all our own music, we teach ourselves all our own music, we choreograph ourselves. So we always elect a music director each spring, so we have one student music director who arranges our songs and who teaches them to us, and then we also have a student choreographer who comes in and teaches us our dances.
That's awesome. And you guys were just featured on a show, Sing It On, which I personally watched. Can you tell me, what was that experience like?
Sing It On was a very, very interesting experience because I've watched a lot of reality TV, and it was very interesting to get to see it from the other side, just because like it wasn't like it was all fake or anything. Like a lot of it was like very genuine reactions, and it gives me definitely a very different perspective watching reality TV now, I think.
That's awesome. And can you tell me, how can people get involved?
Well, we actually are having spring auditions this year. They'll be either the first or second week of spring. We haven't worked out an exact date yet, but if you just follow us on social media, we're at All-Night Yahtzee on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We're going to keep everyone up to date on all of that stuff.
And what's your favorite part of being in the group?
My favorite memory of the group, I think, is definitely Sing It On. Sing It On was just an incredible experience, being on that show, just getting to meet all the producers and just seeing the other side of the industry, I think, was just a very cool experience for me.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
To learn more about All-Night Yahtzee and upcoming events, visit them at facebook.com/allnightyahtzee. That's it for this Florida Statement segment. You can see other interviews throughout the week on 4FSU. Remember, if you're 4FSU, then you're watching Comcast Channel 4. I'm Savannah Slifer. Thanks for watching.